Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. A little bit different today as JJ and I are taking a break from our normal Wednesday get-together.
Much better looking than Brett and Randy.
Well, that's a given.
Yeah.
But we're here with you today. Randy and Brett will be with you tomorrow, just switching things up a little bit. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. A lot to talk about. As always, we would love to hear from you. 256-234-6221 is our number here, or you can always dial us up on our Facebook page or our YouTube page and comment away on those threads. We'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today as well. Auburn got a basketball game tonight against the Oklahoma Sooners. Which
is a pretty decent team.
They started out really good. They were undefeated in the out-of-conference. They hit the SEC, and boy, it was like a slap in the face.
Well, that's why you don't kid yourself with easy non-conference schedules,
right?
Because it's going to come back to haunt you. And I think it did there. And then they picked up a little bit. They're still a 16.5 point underdog tonight. Which is crazy considering that they are, according to all the bracketology stuff, a tournament team.
Right. They started SEC season 0-4, but won a couple. They've won 3 out of the last 4. So, like you said, they have turned it around, and we'll talk about that. Break down some of those numbers as we move forward and look at that game a little bit more closely. Look around the SEC as well.
You and I haven't had a chance to talk about this. What did you think about that Arkansas-Kentucky?
I watched most of that game.
Yeah.
And, you knew there was going to be some obviously added flavor to it because of Cal going back. But Arkansas had been close, and you knew they were going to break through at some point and get that win that they desperately needed. I think Kentucky's good. They're not great.
I agree with you on that.
That was the most part of it.
I think, I was watching that game, and I thought to myself, John Calipari kind of reminding everybody who he is.
Yeah.
He was at Kentucky for how many years was he at Kentucky? That's so long.
15
years. And, he doesn't have like 6 national championships or anything, right? But the guy's putting superstars in the NBA, and he's Final Fours, and he's winning conference titles, and he's
going to Sweet 16.
Going to Sweet 16 every year. Just over and over and over, and you forget, what he had done before, and before he got to Kentucky, you forget. It's easy to forget when somebody gets lost at Kentucky, right? The program's so big, it's easy to forget. This is literally one of the best basketball coaches on the planet. I think he kind of reminded everybody on Saturday that, I haven't lost it. I'm still around.
If it was going to come down to a matchup between Calipari and Pope, you're probably going to lean toward Cal.
You're going to lean toward Cal, yeah.
That's the way it turned out. So, but Arkansas desperately needed that win, and they got it. We'll see if that. Maybe that I thought going into that game, I was thinking, on the show last week, I'll bet that Arkansas is going to be better at the end of the year than they are at the beginning of the year. Mm. They're one of those teams, and that's kind of who he is. And like you said, yeah, they're not going to end up, 0 and whatever. In 0-16 or 0-18 or whatever.
Right.
They're going to win some games. So we'll see if that we'll see how much they get turned around as they will face on the road at Texas tomorrow night. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. We'll talk about that Alabama's got a new offensive coordinator. Don't talk, we kind of branch out, talk a little bit about other teams on usually when JJ and I are together on Wednesday. We'll do that today. But we'll talk about that and maybe get a little Super Bowl pick, as this will be our one day on the show together.
There you go.
But this is something new. This is just kind of one of those things that this is the new world we live in. Or I'm going to ask you, is this going to be a more common thing, or do you think this is something unique to Bruce Pearl? But obviously, there's a lot going on at Neville Arena. And you got the gymnastics, you got the women's basketball, you got men's basketball, you got volleyball, you got all these different things going on. It's not a huge place.
Right.
And, Bruce Pearl talked about when he got that extension, when he took Auburn to the Final Four, we need a practice facility.
Sure.
Separate and our own. We can do that. Okay. That was the plan. Then NIL came in. So that Bruce came out a couple of years ago and said, let's put that on hold. Now they are going to vote on Friday that they're going to not going to go that route. They're not going to build a new practice facility. And this is what Bruce Pearl had to say about it. He said, well, first of all, grateful to the board and our athletic director, John Cohen, for wanting to continue to upgrade this phenomenal facility. Would any basketball coach like to have a standalone, state-of-the-art basketball facility? Of course. I'd be disingenuous if I said we wouldn't love to have that. But when NIL came in at the same time that our new practice facility was approved, I just looked at it all at the time when NIL first came in and said, I just don't think we can do this right now, or whether we should do this right now, because we're going to need to fund our student athletes in all sports. So the board will vote on Friday on a resolution that will spend $9 million to renovate the 500 square feet in Neville Arena, providing enhancements to the existing practice gym, scholarship lobby upgrades, and relocated and enlarged team meeting room and office spaces within men's and women's basketball suites. Not going to build a new one, just going to renovate and divert that money to NIL instead.
All of that to me is a little bit give and take, right? I mean, Bruce, would you like to have 2 McDonald's All-Americans or a practice facility? You're going to take some McDonald's All-Americans.
Yeah, I mean, that's the choices you're making now, though.
Well, it is. And it was, I don't know how the revenue sharing model will affect it. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I mean, by a judge's ruling the other day, is there anything that can be done?
Yeah, really.
So, and again, I think it's going to take some legislation. We have people who make laws, and it'd be nice for them to make some once in a while.
Have we seen the last, cathedral, football stadium, basketball stadium like these grand, new ones that are being built over and over? Are people just going to they've been trying to build a new basketball gym at Alabama forever. Mm-hmm. Are they just going to keep Coleman Coliseum?
Well, I think everything right now is in flux. Until everybody knows what the model is going forward for years, right? You've got to kind of know that before you can plan your budgeting, right? You've got to know exactly what it's going to look like 5 years from now before you can make a 5-year plan. And so I'd say everything right now is kind of up in the air. But probably for most programs, it's like, well, yeah, we think we can do this, but we don't know what it's going to look like in 2 or 3 years, and what happens if we do this and then we suffer on the NIL side, or however you do it.
And coaches being so driven and so detail oriented, this has to absolutely drive them crazy.
And
that's why you're seeing that's why you're seeing Nick Saban retire. That's why you're seeing some of these other guys say, I don't want to do this because I can't live in this chaos.
Right.
I can't operate in this chaos moment, like this. So,
And say what you want about, you see college coaches going to the NFL, and say what, yes, the players in the NFL get paid, but there's structure to it.
Yeah.
There are rules to free agency.
And you don't have to worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's all on the owners.
Yeah, you got a general manager and a whole department that handles that, and all you got to do is go coach, man.
Yeah. So, will we see more and more guys? Is it going to be harder and harder to get really good coaches the longer this goes on in college athletics?
I think there will be some guys. There will be a number of guys who may want to stay in college football or go to college football that go, no, I'm good at the pro level because that stuff down there is just, a mess.
Yeah. Or just take a coordinator position instead of a head coaching job.
Hey, Chip Kelly, right? He just became the highest paid offensive coordinator in the NFL.
How about that? We got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercraft, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
In 2025, we're hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. New Chevy Silverado 4x4 crew cabs, discounted up to $12,000 off. Brand new 2025 Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV with high-tech features, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy the new year with no payments for 120 days. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Brought to you each and every day by Russell Dewitt Center, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation. Thank you to our sponsors each and every day here on the show. We could not do the show without them. These are absolutely quality businesses in and around this area, and you can definitely rely on them for all of your needs and wants. As we mentioned, Oklahoma and Auburn tonight in Neville Arena. Now, look, it's going to be difficult for any team to beat Auburn in Neville Arena.
No question.
That is there's a different team there. They play their best there, but Oklahoma is coming off a 30-point win over Vanderbilt. Did not see that one coming. But Jim and I talked about that Monday, it's not just that anybody can beat anybody on any given night in the SEC. You're seeing just some bizarre scores. I mean, like Tennessee goes to Florida and loses by 30. Florida goes to Tennessee and loses by 20.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, Iowa State got blown out in their own gym this past weekend. You're looking at Oklahoma, they got run off the floor in Tuscaloosa. They come back, lose close at home to Texas A&M by 2, lose to Georgia on the road by 10, lose to Texas at home by 7. They did beat South Carolina by 10, which that tends to happen when you play South Carolina this year. They beat Arkansas on the road by 3, lose to Texas A&M on the road by 7, and then, like I said, come back home and beat Vanderbilt by 30. Now, Vanderbilt had been playing really well, so I don't know what that says, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah, I don't either, except that there's that, like everything, there's tiers. You and I talked about this at the beginning of the year. And there's multiple tiers within the conference, right? So, but right now, to me, I think Auburn and Alabama are in a separate tier, just all to themselves. The way they're playing, they're just in a separate tier,
right?
And that's reflected by their ranking. But then you look right underneath them: Missouri, A&M, Florida, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Mississippi State. That's almost a whole tier to itself, right? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think that Florida, Tennessee are a little better than the other ones.
Right.
But I can't prove that by the record, you know.
Right, yeah.
So, and ultimately the record is, you are what your record says you are. But So,
man said that.
you know, it's there are tiers in there, and so Oklahoma to me is in that third tier. You know, they wouldn't be in that second tier.
Right.
I would put them down there with Texas and Georgia and, you know, maybe Arkansas.
They're averaging 80 points a game, holding their opponents to 70 points a game. They are getting out-rebounded. They average 32 and a half. They're giving up 34 almost. That is not a good recipe when you play Auburn. With Auburn, you know, they out-rebound their opponents by almost 6. So probably not a good sign going in there. Although Oklahoma does shoot the ball very well, almost 50% from the floor. So you're obviously getting a lot of close access to the bucket, I would imagine. But shooting fairly well from 3 as well, almost 40%. They got basically a 7-man rotation. They nobody averages 30 minutes. They all average in the 20s. 3 guys, double digits in scoring. Outside of that, you got, you know, a lot of, you know, 8 points here, 6, you know, 9 points there. So this team is going to 14 and almost 15 assists a game. They move the ball well. You get a lot of rotation with this offense. Force 13, almost 14 turnovers a game. That's obviously they play some defense if you're turning people over that much. 18 points off turnovers a game. That's pretty impressive. That's something you got to be careful with if you're Auburn.
I mean, I've watched Oklahoma a couple of times. They're pretty athletic, right?
Yeah.
I guess the big buzzword now is length. They have a lot of length, you know. They're pretty athletic, get up and down the floor, play hard on defense. And they remind me a lot of South Carolina. South Carolina's kind of the same, they're athletic, and they play hard on defense. And, you know, the thing is they're shooting over 37%, almost 38% from 3, but they only hit 9 a game.
Right.
So they don't take a ton.
Don't take a lot.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll see. I don't know. If they're going to go into Neville, the only way you go into Neville and win is you go in hot and you bust out to something where you go into halftime with a lead of some sort and, you know, go in real confident and then just try to hold on down the stretch.
Yeah. Holding opponents to under 7 threes a game. Again, Auburn's they hit, I think, 14 against Ole Miss. If they continue to shoot like that, ain't nobody gonna beat them.
Yeah.
So you got to get out and defend them for sure. We'll see. Maybe they can do it. We'll see tonight. But I would imagine that Auburn will. I will imagine they will have a plan, and they're favored for a reason.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, 16 and a half is a lot of points, but, you know, it's there.
That's true. All right, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. I'd like to remind you about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in Montgomery or in Auburn, 2 locations. Got daily lunch specials. The lunch special today in Montgomery is fried or a grilled pork chop with rice, gravy, green beans, potato salad. In Auburn today, it is meatloaf with mashed potatoes. The old meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
If you had some fried okra with it, it'd be perfect.
There you go. All right, so Super Bowl Sunday, of course.
Yes.
This Sunday, Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines doing a Super Bowl weekend special in Montgomery. You got 2 slabs of ribs, 2 pounds of grilled Conecuh sausage, 24 grilled chicken wings for $89.99. Timeout dip tray. You got $42.99. Cheddar bacon ranch, chunky cheese dip, cowboy caviar, and tortilla chips. And then you got a burger box for $52, uncooked, 6 ground steak burgers and 6 Conecuh burgers. So Saturday only, must pre-order. Sounds pretty good to me. The Auburn special, you got 2 slabs of ribs, 2 pounds of grilled Conecuh sausage, 24 grilled chicken wings. The tray, the dip tray for Auburn is spinach dip, chunky cheese dip, French onion dip, and tortilla chips. And you got the burger box as well. So for all of you out there that are certainly, I'm sure everybody going to be watching the Super Bowl on Sunday, there's your Super Bowl special from Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Tremendous food, I can guarantee that. Great people there, 2 locations again, one in Auburn, one in Montgomery. All right, bouncing around a little bit. And just by the way, for Oklahoma, their 3rd leading scorer is Duke Miles, who is from Montgomery and played at Troy for 3 seasons, I believe. So he's, there's some added flavor there.
There you go.
A hometown guy or a home state guy.
He's the kind of guy, if you're an Auburn fan, you go, man, I hope he doesn't come home to Alabama and go off for 35 points.
Yeah, there's always a threat of that.
Yeah.
It's some extra motivation there for sure. We were talking about, some of these scores from this past weekend. There was some eye-opening scores. We said at the beginning of the year, boy, road wins, you better take care of your own. Well, Auburn goes on the road now. Auburn goes on the road and beats Ole Miss. Arkansas goes on the road and beats Kentucky. Texas A&M goes on the road and beats South Carolina. Missouri goes on the road. Now, that was another one. Missouri is really playing well.
Yeah.
After I think they lost their opener to Auburn, they've only lost one more. I think aren't they 5-2?
Yep.
In the league,
6-2.
They're playing. They're 6-2 now, extremely well. They're a dangerous team.
Florida. How does Florida go on the road and score 44 points? And I know Tennessee can play good defense. We've lost video out here, by the way. 44 points.
Yeah. And Tennessee was down 2 players.
Yeah.
They didn't even have their point guard or Ziegler or one other mainstay.
44 points. It's like high school stuff.
That's lockdown.
Yeah.
Auburn only had 51 or 53 when they played Tennessee.
Yeah.
At home. So Tennessee can do that to you. They're pretty locked down as far as defense is concerned. But Alabama moves to number 3 in the country. Auburn holds that number 1 spot. Could you ever envision a day that you would see Auburn and Alabama in the 2 of the top 3 teams in the country?
No. Literally would never, I would have lost so much money on that bet, even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It's just not a thing you would ever expect.
No, I can't even. It bothers me. Buddy and I were talking about, North Carolina got beat pretty good by Duke, and we were thinking, somewhere people they're calling in Herb and saying, we can handle getting beat by Duke in Cameron. That's going to happen from time to time. But if you ever lose to Auburn and Alabama in the same year, you got to go.
Yeah.
North Carolina, they're kind of mediocre this year, but interesting nonetheless. All right, Vanderbilt at Florida tonight. Any chance for Vandy to rebound?
I mean, there's a chance, and Florida's coming off a 44-point game. Now I expect Florida to sort of kind of get a little get back on this one. Yeah. Sort of a get right game, if you would. But yeah, I expect Florida to win, but Vandy could, sure.
Kentucky at Ole Miss.
I sort of expect Kentucky to win this one. Again, coming off a loss, I think Kentucky will be a little angry about that.
They need to rebound for sure. Alabama's got the off week for the midweek here this week. Missouri at Tennessee tomorrow.
That's an interesting one. Yeah. We're going to see. Missouri's been so hot. We're going to see how hot they are.
Arkansas at Texas and LSU at Georgia tomorrow.
Arkansas gets that road win at Texas. Look out.
Up against a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Just a couple of more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for being with us on this Tuesday afternoon. Alabama set to hire Ryan Grubb as OC. That's, I think, planned to happen if it's not officially happened already. Apparently, this is the guy that was with DeBoer when he was at Washington. Is that
and
right?
Was with him at Fresno, too.
Okay.
Saban tried to hire Grubb a couple of years ago, and he couldn't get him out of Seattle. And then DeBoer had him hired. He was in Tuscaloosa for like 3 days.
Right.
And then took the Seahawks OC job and left. That was one of those, DeBoer had a lot of things going against him. You're replacing a legend. Saban decided to retire kind of late in the process. I think they had 30 or 31 players that transferred out.
Right.
And then your offensive coordinator that you've had for 4 years working with you decides last minute, that he's going back to Seattle. And so, for Caleb DeBoer, this is a big get.
Was this we're not really sure about the guy we got now, so we went out and got him, or we got him regardless?
Well, the guy they have now was already on staff. He was
Right.
on staff at Washington. He was tight ends coach. He came to Alabama as a tight ends coach.
Did he get a demotion?
I don't think they've announced that yet,
Okay.
what the different roles are going to be.
But
But Ryan Grubb will call the plays.
Right.
Whatever the titles are, Ryan Grubb will call the plays.
Okay. Sheridan.
Nick Sheridan.
And who's Jamarcus Shepard?
Jamarcus Shepard's co-offensive coordinator, I believe, wide receivers coach.
Okay. Was he at Washington? Was he a Washington guy too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
the
if
band's-
memory serves,
So
yeah.
we're getting the band back.
Basically, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I see.
I think the O-line coach that they really wanted to come with him, I think he's still in the NFL. But yeah, he's Grubb's a good get. It'll help DeBoer kind of settle back into the offense he wants to run. He's not married to a returning starter quarterback anymore. You can kind of pick your guy, right?
Was was there a coaching change at Seattle?
Seattle fired Ryan Grubb because he didn't run the ball enough.
I see.
So they wanted to run the ball a little more.
I see. Well, in NFL, they'll fire you in a heartbeat.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
That's for sure.
But the thing is, look, I understand Ryan Grubb's like, well, my wife, my family, we all love Seattle. We're gonna. So I get it, man. There's cities I love too, but you chose to go into coaching. If you want to stay in Seattle your whole life, go get you a good high school job up there, and make it happen. But but if you want,
or be really, really good.
Yeah, you want to coach. You want to coach at a super high level. You're gonna have to move around a little bit.
That's probably true. All right, Super Bowl 59.
59, yep.
Super Bowl 59. Sunday, February the 9th, of course, 5:30 on Fox. In New Orleans, the Chiefs and the Eagles, we've seen this one before.
Yeah.
Just a couple of years ago. The Chiefs are a 1.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
You think that's fair?
I think that's perfectly fair. They're a
Okay.
two-time defending champ,
Yeah.
and they have, a guy that might well be the Michael Jordan of quarterbacks. But let me say this, though. As a roster, top to bottom, Philadelphia is better. Their offensive line's better. Their running game is better. Defensively, personnel-wise, they're better. Kansas City's got Chris Jones, who's a monster. They got some guys, but I think Philadelphia's the more talented team. I think Jalen Hurts is better than he was 2 years ago in terms of knowing how to play the position. Even though I think
100%.
I think he accounted for 3 touchdowns in that last Super Bowl, right? So
right.
Hurts says he's close enough.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Philadelphia should have won that Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Hurts had a really good game, and they were in position to win. In the fourth quarter, you have got to find a way for Patrick Mahomes not to touch the ball. Right. With under 6 minutes to play, you have got to get that guy on the sideline.
Or be up by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, because if you it's like the old Brady thing, right? Like teams would score and they go up 4 with like 50 seconds left, and Brady would have 1 timeout and 50 seconds down by 4, and you're like, well, this is a win. You knew it was going to happen. And Mahomes is kind of that way. He seems to operate his best, in those situations.
Yeah. And he had a bum ankle a couple of years ago, too.
Yeah.
So, he's 100% now. So it should be it's a good matchup. It's always, when these two teams get together, it seems to be a good it's destined to be a good Super Bowl.
It should be. We'll see. Super Bowls sometimes have a way of getting away from themselves, but
that's true.
I'll say this: if I'm picking one, I'm picking the Eagles, and it's the same reason I picked the Bills last week, because nobody's ever won 3 Super Bowls in a row. It is hard to do to beat that many good teams.
Ask Georgia
over the course of 3 years.
Winning national titles.
Yeah, I mean, you think about some of the great teams that have won back-to-back, and they couldn't get it done in the
Well, the Steelers, I mean, the Steelers, the 49ers.
The Dolphins won 2 out of 3 in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And had a perfect season in one of them. It's one of those things that's just hard to do. So if you force me to make a pick, taking the Eagles on the money line, and there it is.
There you go. I think that's probably smart money. But then again, how do you bet against Patrick Mahomes? And Andy Reid right now. So
yeah, and the way Andy Reid is dialing him up right now is kind of crazy too. He hadn't called a bad play in about 4 years.
I think that's probably true. All right, up against another break with the final one of the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. Final segment on this Tuesday afternoon. Again, Auburn and Oklahoma tonight, 8 o'clock on the SEC Network. So it'll be a late one tonight. Don't really care for those late games.
No, I don't like the late ones.
You got to do it.
I used to like them when I was younger.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Not so much anymore. It's funny how that happens, isn't it? And in Super Bowl this weekend, but a lot to get in, a lot to look forward to this week. Some good college basketball and some football. The final football of the year. On this day, it is February the 4th. We are zooming along here in 2025. February the 4th. 1969, John Madden is named the head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
At the time, I believe he was the youngest head coach in league history.
I believe you're right. And very underrated. Everybody thinks about him as a broadcaster.
But they won 2 Super
rightly
Bowls.
So. But, I think that I think they were in the playoffs every year.
Yeah.
And, won a Super Bowl with the Raiders. 1997, on this day, O.J. Simpson is found liable in the deaths of Ron Goldman and Nicole Simpson in civil court.
Yeah.
And that was just, I think. it was a bad situation all the way around.
Yeah.
But probably, that was an easy decision, I think. 2007, on this day, Super Bowl, let's see, that's Super Bowl
41?
41. In Miami, the Colts defeat the Bears 29-17. Peyton Manning finally gets his Super Bowl win.
Yep.
I believe that was the one, maybe the only Super Bowl I've ever seen that it rained.
Yeah.
If I remember
Now,
correctly.
was that the one that it was in Miami? Was that the one that Prince played the halftime show in the rain?
Ooh, I don't know.
I believe it was.
Good question.
Hey, if you get a chance, go to YouTube and look up the story of that performance, because Prince is in 6-inch stack heels out there with an electric guitar plugged up and a microphone, and it's just blowing sideways, and gave one of the greatest performances in Super Bowl history. Yeah.
The Prince. All right, 2018, we got Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. The Rams defeat the Patriots 41-33. Nick Foles. It's not the Rams.
The Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
Yeah. I was about to say.
He played for the Rams at a time.
He did.
I saw that. But the Eagles defeated the Patriots 41-33. And Nick Foles was your MVP. The backup quarterback for the Eagles.
The backup to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, how about that? Happy birthday today, Byron Nelson.
Golfing legend.
This doesn't even sound possible. In 1945, set a record. He won 19 tournaments.
Wow.
In 1945. And it went on, he won 5 majors as well, but yeah, golfing legend, born in 1912. Conrad Bain, do you remember Conrad Bain?
I know the name, but I can't remember where I know it from.
The father on Different Strokes.
Okay, yep.
Born on this day, 1923. Jerry Adler, for all of you Soprano fans, he was Hesh.
Yeah.
The old Jew.
Yeah.
That was a.
He was sort of the. What was the character in
kinda?
Godfather? What was the
conciliator?
there was a character in Godfather that was trying to bring
Fish
Cuba in, and anyway, whatever.
Yeah. David Brenner, born on this day, 19. Comic. A lot of people credit him with kind of being the innovator of the observational comedy.
The early Jerry Seinfeld, if you will.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Very good. George A. Romero.
Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead, amongst, Day of the Dead. He did a bunch of those dead movies. He is the Zombie King, born on this day, 1940. Alice Cooper.
Also Night of the Living Dead.
Born on this day, 1948, rock legend.
Yes.
Alice Cooper. Still wears the makeup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And LT.
Lawrence Taylor, who may be, I have a list of 5.
Okay.
But Lawrence Taylor may be the greatest football player of all time. He just might be, regardless of position.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor might, and I put down my 5 just so I could go through them with you.
Okay.
Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
Reggie White.
Okay.
Walter Payton. Jerry Rice. And John Hanna.
Okay.
That's my 5, and I think one of them is the greatest football player of all time.
Don't know. You're not going to say.
I don't know who.
Okay.
Might be. It could be any of them. But
Throw them up. That's a pretty good list.
yeah.
I ain't going to lie. That's a pretty good list. If you're going to make one, Lawrence Taylor's got to be on it.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy literally invented the strip sack.
Yeah.
I mean, and for people that didn't, it's like watching, how do you explain, Bo Jackson to people that didn't really see it?
Right.
How do you explain Lawrence Taylor? People say, well, Who do you compare him to?
Nobody.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I mean, you say like, well, I mean, he was the.
Think of the best edge rusher you ever saw.
Yeah.
Multiply that times 3, and that's Lawrence Taylor.
Just brutal. I mean, he was so fast, but he was so big. He was so strong. He could play the run. He could play the pass. He was just better than everybody else.
Yeah. And was literally that way from his rookie year on.
Yeah. He was really something special. Clint Black born on this day as well, and Oscar De La Hoya. Good day for athletes.
Yeah.
On this day, February the 4th. It's gonna wrap it up for us. CJJ, I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.